Welcome back to Living 808. Winter means humpback whale season, and NOAA wants us all to be more responsible when out on the ocean. That means the public is invited to workshops, and here with information on what those workshops will entail, Alan Tom, the Pacific Islands Regional Director. Thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Let's just educate everybody about the humpbacks here in Hawaii and what we can know a little bit more about them. Thank you.
So I like to think of them as our humpbacks because they're born and raised here. They just go to Alaska to eat.
So they're born and raised here?
Well, they give birth here.
That's nice.
Okay. So NOAA is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. We are holding free public workshops to talk about what are the rules and regulations around not just humpback whales, but marine mammals and sea turtles. There are federal laws, there are state laws, and so a variety of the NOAA offices plus the State Department of Land and Natural Resources will be holding these workshops.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the laws that protect them? Because we all want to be more responsible and safe around these beautiful creatures, and we just want to know a little bit more about the laws.
Yeah, so thank you. That's one of the reasons we're doing it, because I think most people who use the ocean do understand what it is not to harass a humpback whale, which is to chase it around the ocean. A humpback whale sort of has like an invisible bubble around it, 100 yards. You can't approach the whale. But a lot of questions come up of, hey, I'm in the water, the whale comes to me. Am I breaking the law? And you're not. And so that's kind of what we want the workshops to be, which is sort of an opportunity to dialogue with the NOAA and state enforcement agents.
And there really is a whole lot more to know about what to do responsibly and legally around whales. But what about other animals like dolphins and seals, turtles? What about those?
I think humpbacks are just a part of what we're going to talk about. I think sea turtles are a big issue. Not so much that people are trying to eat them, but when they're sitting on the beach, they need to be left alone. And we see a lot of people kind of taking selfies next to the sea turtles, trying to splash water on it. I think maybe they're well-meaning, but we want to sort of go over with the public, hey, there are certain do's and don'ts around not just sea turtles, but monk seals and dolphins as well.
Who exactly are these workshops for, in your opinion?
I think it's a mix. I think the ocean users, the people who actually make a living out on the ocean or who use the ocean for recreation, probably do know the laws. It's more the opportunity for them to get to know who the people are who actually enforce the laws. So it's partly the ocean users, but also partly the public as well.
Is this the first time you guys are doing the workshops?
No, we've had these workshops several years ago. We've been doing them. It sort of died off because I think people sort of began to understand what the laws are, and we didn't need to keep going back out there. It's good to sort of refresh their memory.
Well, let me ask you this then. With that in mind, have some of the laws changed?
No, the laws have not changed, and I think that's the other thing we want to clear up. This is not a workshop where we're going to talk about new laws.
Okay,
we're not looking to create new laws. This is just getting out to the public, doing what we need to do, and meet our constituents who use the ocean on a regular basis.
What we're seeing right now are pictures of seals that come up onto the beach. This is also important because not only are they beautiful and you need to stay away, but they're also kind of dangerous too. I mean, so will part of the workshop cover this?
So there will be folks there from a part of NOAA, the National Marine Fisheries Service, that will talk about monk seals, and yes, they have big teeth. Turtles have beaks, and they also can bite. Yeah. So I think we want to remind people these are wild animals, and yes, the Disney Lion King looks really cute, but that's not the same thing as the thing actually out in the wild.
Okay, one last question for you, and it regards dolphins, because we see so many times out in Waianae, the folks trying to swim. I know that the pictures of people swimming are not as close because they stay kind of far away. But how far should, I know this is probably going to be covered in the workshops, but how far should folks stay away from dolphins?
So I think it's suggested to be about 100 yards. And I think today with the advent of cell phones and selfies, people are out on the boats and they're watching, and when you see somebody jump in the water and try to ride a dolphin and it gets on a selfie, I think somebody was just busted in California for doing just that because they posted themselves on Facebook. So I think with all this attention, we just sort of need to, my program needs to get back out into the public again and remind them, hey, there are do's and don'ts with all these animals.
I was going to say, I mean, they're beautiful, but they're wild creatures. They're also dangerous, and there are laws that do prohibit certain things like that. Tell me about the workshops. When, where?
So Wednesday. This week, Wednesday, is Honolulu, Central Elementary, downtown. Kauai is this Friday. Monday is in Kona. And then Thursday and Friday are Lahaina and Kihei.
Perfect. And we'll have that information or a link to the NOAA website on our website immediately after the show. Thank you so much, Alan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up, if you're enjoying playing the ukulele, there is a contest coming up that you should be getting ready for after the break.